Hi guys, welcome back to Nails by Sora. So I've got some exciting news. Actually, two things. I am starting to investigate. Actually, I've already done the investigation, but I'm starting the process of enrolling in nail school because I've decided that instead of just having this as a YouTube venture or just a personal exploration, I've decided I want to turn it into a career. So once that happens, probably in November, I will try to vlog it as much as possible and take you through the process of what it's like to go to nail tech school. So that's the first bit of news. The second bit of news is I had found out and forgotten that there's a nail supply store quite close to where I live, within 10 to 15 minutes. And after I went to investigate the school yesterday, I decided to drive over there and investigate the shop. And oh my God, when I tell you, it's like being a kid in a candy store. All these YouTube channels I've watched with people going on with other nail techs going to their local supplier to purchase, whatever they may need on any given day, and seeing the aisles and aisles and rows of products, for them to peruse in person. I didn't think that a place like that existed near me. I thought it was just like Sally's Beauty and, all those other places. But this is a legitimate nail supply store, and they do not require a certification or a nail tech license to purchase from them. So I will post a picture right here of what was at the counter alone. But I was very good and very controlled and only got a few products. And one of them, I'm going to swatch them all today. There's 4 products that I want to swatch. But this is one of the colors that I'm going to be doing my next manicure with. And I love OPI. I love the way they name things. Do you have this color in stock? Holm. But I haven't been able to use OPI for quite a while because I don't do regular polish anymore. But also because OPI doesn't distribute to the individual unless they have a nail tech certification. So I'm very excited to be able to use their products again and check out their other colors, but this is number 1. Then I picked up Not Polish, one of their acrylic powders that I really want to swatch. I'm kind of disappointed in myself because I picked this up before I saw this, and I do have another acrylic powder that is very similar to this color, so oh, sorry, my cat just startled me. She jumped into the window and it sounded like a crack of thunder. But if I had been thinking, I would have just put this back and kept the OPI and chosen another color that I don't have. But we're going to swatch both of them. I have used Young Nails before, but I do not have this color. I actually only have their, which one is it? Their Speed Clear, which I'll probably have to pick up a new one soon. I do wish that Young Nails changed the color of their containers so that you knew what it was without having to open it up. But I'll probably use a swatch dot and just put it on the lid so that I don't have to open them up to see what the color is, or just remember by using them. And then the 4th color that I picked up is by Valentino. And I think it's actually very similar to a color I have by Madame Glam. Not Dreaming of Icing. White Lace. This one looks like it's more of a yellow shimmer. This one is more of a pink, but when I opened it up yesterday, it looked like it was actually more pink. So I'm going to be swatching this. It actually has more of a kind of like an iridescent sparkle. See if I can open them up side by side. Get that back in there. So this one is more of a white iridescent glitter, and this one is more of like a reddish orange iridescent glitter. Kind of looks like fire, so I'll be swatching that one as well. And then just a few other things I picked. I'm going to sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not. A few other things I picked up are these nail gems, butterflies in blue and emerald green, which unfortunately I can't use on my own nails right now because I can't have anything that's not flush to the nail for my job. But these will be fun to play with either on, I just realized that the filigree is a little bit different between them. I do want to use them on my friend's nails if she ever decides to visit me. She's still up in New York. Because she's a big butterfly person, but also maybe on some nail designs just to play. And then I got a sterilization jar because I don't have one and I do really need to start sterilizing my drill bits. So that is what I got, a small haul, but a haul nonetheless, and I'm very excited to get into it. I did order more swatch sticks, but these are the ones that I have left because I got tired of swatching on my nail tips because those are considerably more expensive and I don't want to waste them. But I'm going to get all set up with my monomer so that I can swatch my nail powder, my acrylic powders, and then we'll do the gel polishes, and then in another video I will get into my next manicure. So I'm going to start with knot polish since it's the product I'm least familiar with, or at least familiar of the acrylic powders. Just trying to set it up in the cap so that it leans slightly. I don't want to lose any powder off the edge though. I've got my monomer and my brush all set up, and I'm going to swatch the underside. So this is a beautiful, kind of like a midnight blue, I want to say. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's electric. That's really what I was looking for and why I was drawn to the OPI color. But it's definitely a very deep, not really a navy, but more like a, maybe like a cobalt. All right, so I'm going to let that set up. And while that sets up, I'm going to cover this up and I'm going to move on to the cover Rosebud. And actually I'm going to grab a swatch dot so I can do that at the same time. I'm sorry, baby, I didn't mean to disturb you. Okay. I'm not going to bother swatch dotting the knot polish because I can clearly see what the color is. So this is a beautiful blush pink. I'm going to make sure that my brush is cleaned well so that I don't have any blue in it. I'm going to pick up a small little bead. They had this cherry petal color, which I have a cherry petal in gel polish by Madame Glam, but I kind of wanted to see what the powder looked like from Young Nails, but it was in a really large, like 2 ounce, well, what is this, 2 ounce? Yeah, it's almost 2 ounces, so it was pretty, in double the size. It was like 4 ounce jar. And I didn't want to commit to a color like that when I have the gel polish. So I decided to go for the cover Rosebud. And I can tell already that the consistency is quite different between Young Nails and knot polish. Knot polish is, I don't know if you would say it's more porous, or Young Nails just seems to be a little bit more easy to work with. It's not as wet. Maybe it absorbs the monomer a little bit better, or maybe I'm just picking up the beads a little bit differently. But it seems a little bit more easy to work with. But this store really had everything from knot polish to Mia's Secret to young nails, really anything that you could possibly want. Set that aside. I'm gonna cover up my monomer since I'm done with it, and then we'll move on to the gel polish. All right, so I've got my swatches ready. I've got base on them, and I'm gonna go right in with the Valentino first. I'm going to do 2 coats of each color. Okay, well that has a little bit less of a payoff than I was thinking right off the bat. It's a little streaky actually. But I'll keep going with it. Maybe I have to roll it a little bit and get the color to mix a little bit, but I don't know if you can see the streaks. But I'm definitely gonna do another coat anyway. So I just want to show you, you never really want to shake your gel polishes, but you do want to mix them. So what is good to do is to invert the bottle and tap it against your hand gently, or you can roll it between your hands upside down, turn it. You want to mix the colors, but you don't want to agitate them too much because you don't want to create bubbles. So I'm going to do that with both of them, just so that the flecks get mixed around. And then I'm going to go and do the second coat for Valentino. Okay, that's definitely better. So yeah, all she needed was a little bit of she just needed to be agitated a little bit. We all need a little agitation to get us going. All right, so these are our swatches. This is the blue from Not Polished. Does it have a name? This is just Blue Ball. Nice, Blue Ball. Okay, so this is Blue Ball. This one is, I forgot already. Do you have this color in stock? Holm. This one is Cover Rosebud, and I put the swatch dot on top so that I can see what it is. And then this one is 139. Very inventive. Thank you, Valentino. But yeah, so those are the colors. I'm very excited to use them all. I think for my upcoming manicure, what I'm going to focus on is probably, do you have this color in Stockholm? And then I want to maybe use some, what's it called? Striping tape, and do a design with that. So we will see. Stay tuned. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will put the information for the store for everybody that is local to me. I'm in Palm Beach County in Florida. The name of the store, if I haven't mentioned it before, I don't think I did, is Dustin's Nail Supply in Palm Beach. And I'll put all the information for the colors and the products that I used. And I will see you in the next video. Please give me a like and a subscribe, and hit that notification bell for updates, and I will see you soon. Bye. All right, so I was going to narrate this live, but my sister called. So I am narrating this a few days later in post, and I love the way this manicure turned out, and now I'm going to show you how I did it. So I do have that glitter acrylic on my nails from my last manicure when I did the dual forms, but I'm going to go over it with Cover Blossom, and it actually did cover quite nicely. I was surprised. I've never used any cover colors before. Went on very smoothly. I decided not to use it as an acrylic powder, but to use it in a dip process with, or pour over process as the case is, using gel liquids instead of dip liquids. I do think after the fact that probably acrylic application works better, because I did get a little bubbling and what looks like cloudiness. I don't think it's the sparkles from my nails shining through. I think it is just the consistency of the acrylic powder with a gel liquid. So in the future, I'll probably use it with monomer to see what the difference is in the application. But I still love the way it looks. You really don't see any discoloration or clarity issues unless you're really looking very close, if you're looking for it. And as I said, it went on very smoothly, and I love the way it looks with the final manicure. So I'm just putting on one coat right now. I'm doing a general gel process with it, pouring over the color, as I said, and then curing it in the lamp for a full 60 seconds. And once that's done, I am using a stiff brush to get rid of the excess powder so I can go in with the color for the gel, for the French accent. I am using the OPI color. Do you have this color in stock? Holm, which I absolutely love this color. It is a little bit more purple than blue, which is kind of what I was going for. I bought this color because when I went in for the interview for the nail tech school, the woman that I talked to, she was wearing a very similar color. And I saw this in the store after my meeting, and I'm like, I have to have that. And I don't regret it. I love it. I just wish it was a little bit more blue. So I'm going in with one of my detail liners to draw the smile line, and then using the bottle brush to go in with a more full application. The OPI gel polish is a little bit more thin in consistency than what I'm used to, and I would advise doing 2 coats if you're going to be, I don't know if it's just this color or if it's their colors in general. But I would always advise, if you want full coverage, to do more than 1 coat. I did not want to build up my nails too thick since I do have the dip or the acrylic powder on underneath. So I did apply the color a little bit more heavily to get full coverage. And it cured just fine. I didn't have any problems with warping or wrinkling. So if you do want to put on a heavier coat, then I would ordinarily suggest, then that should be fine. And just using a little bit of alcohol with a cleanup brush for some bleeding that I had with it on the dip powder. But when I went in to put the gold accent line, it covered it right up. I didn't have any issues with it looking like the color bled, or with it looking untidy. I had originally wanted to do kind of like a dot French accent. I think I went through and I did the smile line twice, and I didn't like the way it came out, so I put it in, I erased it, and then so only once, and then I went in to fill in the rest of the dots, and I just didn't like the way it looked. Maybe I needed to give it more of a chance, but I decided that for this manicure I just wanted to keep it as standard or straightforward as possible is the wrong word, but keep it a little bit more classic. So I ended up wiping it all off and then just doing a minimal accent where the French is separated in the center and a little offset on one side. You'll see what I mean when I go ahead and do it. I may revisit the dot French idea in upcoming weeks. I'm not sure. I think I have to plan it out ahead of time before I go in to sit down for a manicure and do it. So here I'm doing the line separation and drawing half of the French and then the other half is on the other side, and then I just accent it with gold gel paint. I did start out using, was it on this one? I don't think it was on this one, never mind. There's another manicure I did where I wanted to use the, right, okay, getting my thoughts together. I was working on a set of nails that will come up in one of the upcoming videos where I used a different gel polish for the gold, and I just wasn't getting the color payoff. And the reason why I wanted to use that one instead of the one by Madame Glam is because there are glitter flecks in the gold gel liner that I used in this video, and it kind of leaves a residue behind. If you make a mistake and you use a little bit of alcohol to wipe it away, the glitter remains on the nail in spots. So I had a few specks of glitter throughout my manicure in places where I didn't want it, and it's a bit distracting to me. And I wanted something that was more of a chrome finish versus a glitter finish. So I'm going to be looking, I think Not Polish has a gel liner that's a pure gold chrome finish that I may go to the store and get. I have a, as you know, because I mentioned it earlier in the video, the Dustin's nail supply store, which is by me. They carry Not Polish. So I will be stopping in there at some point to see if they carry Not Polish gel liners. But I'm going to let the rest of this video play out because it's basically just the same. I'm going to finish filling in the purple. Then I'm going to accent the smile lines with the gold gel paint, and that's pretty much going to be this manicure, just base coat and top coat, and that's going to take us to the end. So I'm finishing up this manicure with some cuticle oil, and this is Candy Skincare. I don't remember the scent, but it's a very pleasant scent, not overbearing, and I'm just brushing it on my cuticles and underneath the nail. And that's going to wrap it up. Thank you everyone so much for joining me as always. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comment section below, and all the information for the products I used will be in the description box below. As I said, the OPI color is unfortunately only available for certified nail techs, unless you happen to live by a store that sells it and they don't require a nail certification. But I'm sure you can find a similar color in gel polish or dip powder somewhere out there. But I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you again so much. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you soon.